Hey there, really nice to have you back. So, you may already have an Oculus Quest, or maybe you're waiting on your Quest to pre order, and you've heard that both of them support full hand tracking. But what are the best games and experiences on the Quest platform to take advantage of this new feature? Stick around to find out. I'm Andy, welcome to VR Man Cave. If you're already into VR or maybe just thinking of jumping in, you know that immersion is the number one benefit that virtual reality headsets offer over any other gaming hardware on the market. And you've probably seen all these fancy controllers, haptic suits, and all kinds of contraptions to make VR feel as real as possible. But what if I told you that whether you own a VR headset or not, you already have the best VR controllers ever designed? And yes, I'm talking about these two. I don't want to keep you waiting, so let's jump in and see which games and experiences allow you to use these newly discovered controllers. Although you probably already knew that you had hands now that I think about it. So maybe put them to good use and drop a like down below? Thanks. Anyway, let's jump in. The Curious Tale of Stolen Pets. This game is pretty much the equivalent of a Sunday afternoon family movie. It's extremely relaxing, slow-paced, a bit quirky, and the perfect way to unwind at the end of a long day. Throughout the game, you'll relive your character's childhood with stories narrated by your grandfather, and those memories create the basis of each level. Speaking of levels, they're designed as an interactive diorama filled with interactive puzzles. You'll be able to rotate this floating island with your hands, and also interact with the various elements in order to solve the puzzles and progress through the delightfully innocent storyline that has surely taken a lot of inspiration from children's storybooks, but can be enjoyed by both young and old alike. One review from the Oculus store in particular mentioned that both her 6-year-old daughter and 55-year-old husband enjoy the hell out of it. So, no matter if you're thinking of getting it for yourself or your kids, this game is guaranteed to melt your heart while being a great showcase for the hand tracking capabilities of the Quest and Quest 2. The Line. Okay, I have to start by saying that while this is not a game per se, it is an absolute must to try this short immersive experience. It's won the Best VR Experience prize at the 76th Venice International Film Festival, and for good reason. This charming love story will play out as you look down at a table representing a scaled model of 1940s Sao Paulo, and follows the story of Pedro, a newspaper delivery boy that falls in love with Rosa, a girl on his daily paper route. I won't get into the story anymore since I want you to enjoy this endearing short animation without any spoilers. You'll be able to use your hands to perform basic actions that move the narrative forward, so it's really easy to pick up for anybody and a great way to get started with VR. Elixir. This is a completely free tech demo released by Oculus themselves to show off the power of hand tracking. And it's actually the game they used to showcase the hand tracking feature when they first launched it during Oculus Connect 6. You'll essentially be interviewing for an apprentice role with a sorceress in the game, and you'll have to learn different spells that are cast using just your hands, so it's super fun, and since it literally costs you nothing to try it, I really recommend you give it a go. It's a pretty short experience, but if you enjoy it, then the next game on this list will give you a much bigger taste of what being a wizard would be like. Waltz of the Wizard. With an expansion already on the way for release next year, this fantastic game will put you in the shoes of a wannabe apprentice magician that has access to a full-on sorcerer's workshop. You'll be able to craft new spells, play minigames, and interact with various mysterious objects and potions that each give you a different set of powers. The cauldron in the center of your table plays a big role, as that's what you'll use to mix the ingredients required for the various spells and potions. The fact that you can do all of these with only your hands makes it an amazing and magical experience, and an absolute must-try when it comes to hand tracking games. Once you get grips with some of the spells, you can jump into the labyrinth, where you'll be armed with various weapons as well as your newly learned powers, and you'll fight off enemies, which really makes you feel like Gandalf, and is just an overall super fun game. Hand Physics Lab. VR developer Holonautic has designed this experimental hand tracking experience specifically to show off how amazing this feature can be when implemented correctly. It's completely free on SideQuest, and it comes with a range of interactive buttons and controllers, tools such as hammers, crowbars and knives, building blocks, and even powers such as telekinesis and force fields, plus much more to play around with. It's a mind-blowing experience when it comes to hand tracking, and as the software and tracking gets better, we can expect many other developers to take cues from the number of creative things you can do in this one. VRTuos. Have you ever wanted to learn how to play the piano but found it difficult to follow along with video tutorials and thought your learning wasn't going as fast as you'd have liked? Well, then this one might be perfect for you, because it allows you to overlay the virtual world on top of a real piano, import your favorite songs and learn how to play them much faster than the traditional learning methods, since the notes will fall directly onto the piano keys similar to a Guitar Hero style game, so it's easy to know which keys to press and when. But Andy, I don't have a piano, can I still learn using VRTuos? Well, no, but I got you covered with a great alternative, Virtual Piano. This allows you to have pretty much the same functionality as the previous app, but instead of having to calibrate to an actual piano, you just have to line it up with any table in your house and the piano will magically appear on the surface of it. Obviously, you won't get the same tactile experience by just using your hands on a flat surface, but it's still a great way to play around with hand tracking and learn a few simple tunes. Car Parking Simulator. The name pretty much says it all. You'll be put behind the wheel of various cars with the main purpose being to figure out how to get your car into the designated parking spot. You'll be using just your hands to control the wheel, change gears, start or stop the engine, play music on your stereo, and open or close the windows. It's a lot more fun than it looks and can be great for both beginner drivers and driving veterans, and has a total of 45 levels plus a free roam mode that allows you to drive around town where you'll be surrounded by realistic traffic. So if you want to chill and take a late night drive without leaving your home, give it a try. With more hand tracking experiences being developed almost daily, keep checking the Oculus Store and also SideQuest, where most developers test out new and interesting ideas. I'd love to know which hand tracking games and apps are your favorite, so drop a comment down below and let me know. Hope you've enjoyed the video and consider subscribing since I'm waiting for my Quest 2 to be delivered next week, fingers crossed, and I'll be bringing you guys a lot more content and diving deep into what this new headset can do and how to take advantage of every feature it can offer. Have a fantastic day and I'll see you soon. Cheers.